Hi, my name is Andrew and these are my tips on how to build a dashboard. Now, in the beginning, we had dashboards exclusively for things such as aircraft. However, in 2001, a company came along and went bust. That company was Enron. They took down the accounting giant Arthur Andersen and there was a big scandal. As a result, regulators stepped in and said organizations must in the future know what's going on across them. And people like me, technologists, came in and said, I have an answer, and that is to have dashboards. That is why across organizations, across the world, you will find dashboards in pretty much every single department. Now, in overview, there are three different types of dashboards we need to be aware about, and they serve three different functions. The first kind of dashboard is one that's probably the most popular, and that is an analytics dashboard. This looks back in time and it looks at, say, the last day to the last 3 years. Then we have operations dashboards, which are much more live data immediate. It can show data from the last millisecond to the last 7 days. And then finally, we have things like this, which is the strategic dashboard. These tend to look in the future, they're goal-orientated, and they're much longer term. They'll often sit on top of the other two types of dashboard. Now, what are the frequently asked questions of dashboards? Simple. What, where, and when? People want to know the answer to these questions. And one great way to answer it is to have live maps, such as we have here on the left-hand side. This is a street map, and as you hover your cursor over certain points, it tells us what's happening where and at what time. We can also do the same kind of thing in facilities and buildings with schematics such as this particular visualization. Now that we know overview of all of the different types of dashboards, let's have a look at visualizations and things we should think about avoiding in a dashboard. The first of which is this, the ever-present but not particularly helpful heat map. They're appealing to the eye and we instantly look at those red points. However, there's a problem. All the other high frequency, low impact stuff doesn't get any of our attention. That's why heat maps can be helpful, but it can also be very misleading. Then we have things like radar charts, spider graphs, they're otherwise known as. Again, eye-catching, but if we try and work out what on earth is going on there, it's nigh on impossible. Also, we have pie charts. We grew up with pie charts, but pie charts are good when they're like this, and if we add in some small variables, then they lose a lot of their function. They get crowded out. Try and avoid pie charts if you have lots of small variables. And finally, avoid vanity projects. Vanity projects are things like this, an entire dashboard which is now defunct because somebody wanted a dashboard built for their specific needs, and when that person left, no one knows what on earth to do with it. And all of the pipeline falls by the wayside, reports are no longer produced, and it is a total waste of time. We should ensure all dashboards that are built outlast the tenure of only one particular person. All right, what should we then include in our dashboards? What are good things to have in there? Good options. Replace the pie chart with a tree chart. It perhaps looks less attractive, but it shows things in a much cleverer way. And if we were to take our cursor and click on MISC, miscellaneous, it would then explode out and it would show us a lot more of what actually exists within that miscellaneous section. Tree charts are superior to pie charts. Consider using them. Bar charts. Ask anybody in the world of data visualization and dashboards. They will tell you the bar chart is the daddy. This is the baby that shows most data in the most effective form. For example, we can easily see that Bexley has a less volume than Camden or Croydon. And if we were to take our cursor, we could hover over any of these points. Because it's a stacked bar chart, we can see even more information. Super simple, super effective. Finally, things to consider when building out our dashboards. This is a good example of a good strategic dashboard. It's clean, simple, and it just has a few North Star metrics on there. Contrast that with this on Operations Dashboard. This is less likely to be used long term, but it is something which is super useful on a day-to-day basis. If you're close to the data, you probably find this super useful. It shows the impact of COVID-19 on air travel. Finally, if you have the money, and if you can afford him, get someone like Matt Miller, superb award-winning designer, to make visualizations like this for you. This is a really good example of taking a basic set of data and doing something with it. In this particular example, we have the 122nd US Open and Matt Fitzpatrick's shots from it. If you put this visualization on the wall somewhere, instantly people will move over to it because it's just beautiful. And then, through curiosity, they'll start to look at all the other charts that are on there. Visualizations like this really do bring data to life. In summary then, in conclusion, we should not ignore the form or the beauty of our data. We can have lots of function, lots of data, but if it's not presented well, then it undermines the value of that data. We need to think about design as much as we think about the data itself. If you've enjoyed this video, please get in touch, share, comment. We're here at GetServed.com. My name is Andrew. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.